Hello everyone, welcome back to Circuit Digest. Today we are going to discuss and we are going to design one quadcopter using KK 2.1.5 flight controller. So this one is KK 2.1.5 flight controller. So we'll be use this flight controller. So we are going to use this F450. This one is F450. The width of its F450 is 450 mm width, and it is made of glass fiber and trouble nylon. So it has two plates. You can see this one is a one plate and this one is another plate, and one plate is integrated with PCB. You can see here like it is integrated with PCBs here. Here you can see like there is PCB here where we will connect our electronic speed controller. This one is a power jack. Here we will connect our battery, and I made that connections here. You may see this one is a positive and this one is a negative, and we can give power supply to all the electronic speed controllers by using this PCB. Actually this one is PCB, and here you can see like here I connected this PCs. This is electronic speed controller. So I connected this electronic speed controller here, you can see, and this is getting power from this power source. So we will connect battery here. Here we will connect battery, and it will supply power to all the ESCs. So here we are going to connect 4 ESCs. This is first, this one is second, third and fourth ESCs. So this is 1000 kV brushless DC motor. So they have coil at the center of the motor. You can see these are the copper coils. These are at the center of. So these coils are fixed to the mounting. You can see these are the screws, and we will fix these screws on our chassis. So this coil will this center coil will be fixed. So they contain a number of magnet mounted to a cylinder on outer side. So here this one is outer side. We have mounted some magnets on this coil, and this is rotating. This is connected to this rotating shaft. So the coils are fixed, and this outer part is rotating. So here you can see when we give power to this BLDC motor, this will move like this. So like this these coils will be fixed and this part will be moved. So this is the basic difference between the DC motor and BLDC motor. So here there is no need of brush. So and the main advantage of this BLDC motor over DC motor is that this brushless DC motor spin at much higher speed and use a less power than DC motors at same speed. So if we are giving the same voltage to BLDC motor and DC motor, then it will be move fast. So also there is no power loss due to brush transition in BLDC motor. So and these BLDC motors are coming with heavy ratings. Here you can see the rating of this BLDC motor is 1000 kV. So it means motor will spin at given RPM if we give V voltage to motor without any load. So for example, like if we want to calculate RPM, RPM is the rotation per minute for this BLDC motor, then we have to multiply it by voltage to this 1000 kV value. Then we will get what is the RPM of this BLDC motor. You can see if we will apply the 5 volt, then the RPM of this BLDC motor is 5000. If we will apply 3.3 volt, then the RPM of this BLDC motor will be 3300 RPM. So this is the brushless DC motor. Now we are going to discuss about these are the propellers of the quadcopter. So these propellers are mounted on the top of each brushless DC motor. So these propellers are come in many sizes and shapes. We are using here 10 cross 4.5 dimension propellers, which means diameter of this is 10 and the pitch of this propeller is 4.5 inches. Diameter gives area, but pitch gives an effective area. If we use a high pitch propeller for the same diameter, then the propeller will generate more thrust and lift more weight, but it will also require more power. So if we are going to design some drone for the weight lifting purpose, then we have to use that propeller which have some large pitch. So if we want to fly the drone stably with heavy object, then we should use the motor which manage less revolution but provide more torque, for which we have to use high pitched propeller. And to fly the quadcopter we need 1:2 ratio for the weight and thrust. The propeller positions plays important role in flight of drone. We need to be aware about the shape of these propellers, because these both propellers may look the same but they are not actually same. They may be mirror images of each other, like our hands, because these hands maybe look same, but these both hands are different. It cannot overlap each other. So these both hands are the mirror images of each other. So same like these propellers may be look as the same, but these both wings or propellers are different. So these propellers should be spin like this, that they should scoop air in the downward direction, because they will cause the drone to fly up. If the propellers are pushing air upward, then the drone is going to be pushed to the ground. So we should place our propellers such that they are going to be scooping air downwards. So first look this propeller. So you can see this side is some thick and this is some thin side. This one is a thick side and this one is the thin side. So if we will rotate this propeller like this in clockwise direction, then you can see this thick surface push the air in the downward direction. So this one is the clockwise propeller. Always remember this thick surface should be in the motion side. So if we are rotating this one, then this drone will be flow in the upward direction. So this is the clockwise propeller. Now if you can see this, if we will rotate it into clockwise direction, then you can see this one is a thin surface. So this will push the drone in the downward direction. So we should not use like this. So we should use it is in anti-clockwise direction, because this one is the thick direction, or this thick direction should be in the direction of motion of these propellers. So this one is a anti-clockwise propeller and this one is the clockwise propeller. This is electronic speed controller. In short form we also say ESC. So this is 30A or 30 ampere ESC. So these are the wires and we connect these wire to our BLDC motor, and these wire we will connect with the controller or any flight controller. Here we are going to use KK 2.1.5 flight controller. So we will connect these wire to KK 2.1.5 flight controller, and these two wires for the power. So we will connect this to the battery, so we will get the power from battery here, and these we will connect to BLDC motor, and this we will connect with KK 2.1.5 controller. So basically this electronic speed controller are device that allows drone flight controllers to control and adjust the speed of the aircraft electric motor. So if we want to slow up the BLDC motor, or if we want to BLDC motors to move fast, so in that case we have to just increase or decrease the voltage value, and we have to use these electronic speed controller. So this electronic speed controller controls the speed of the motor or the RPM of the motor. One more important point is BLDC motor is 3-phase motor. So we cannot operate with DC power. So we cannot operate the BLDC motor with only DC power. So this electronic speed controller generates 3 frequency signals with the different but the controllable phases. So these are the continuously to keep the motor turning. This one is the LiPo battery, or we also set is lithium polymer battery. It is commonly used for the quadcopters or any drones. So because this is very lightweight and high current rating, so we are going to use in our drone. So you can see there are 3 cells here. This is cell 1, this is cell 2, and this is cell 3. You can say there are 3 cells here, first, second, third. So wait a minute. So the capacity of this battery is 2200 milliampere hour, and the voltage is 11.1 volt, and the discharge rate of this battery is 30 C. So next is this KK 2.1.5 flight controllers. This is LCD of this flight controller, and these are the 4 input buttons. Using these buttons we can control the function of this flight controller. So see this up direction sign, or we should use this direction should be at the front direction of our drone, and these are the pins. These pins we will connect to the electronic speed controllers, and these pins we will connect to the receivers. And so this is basically a Atmel Mega 664 PAIC inbuilt inside it, and it is 8-bit AVR RISC based microcontroller with 64K of memory. So the main advantage of this flight controller is that we don't need any PC to program it. Using these 4 buttons we can calibrate it, we can program this flight controller. You can see these are the 4 buttons, and using these 4 buttons we can program this KK 2.1.5 flight controller. And it is also very cheap flight controller. We can get easily this in $20 to $22. So this is the flight controller for the beginners, because it is easy to understand, and I also told we don't need to any programming language or any programming knowledge to understand this. We can tune and set up this flight controller through these 4 buttons in a very short time, and we can make it ready for fly. And the connection of this flight controller with the receiver and electronic speed controller is very simple. But we cannot use this KK 2.1.5 flight controller for a single copter, and its flight stability is not good, but it is enough for the beginners. And we can use gimbals in this KK 2.1.5 drone, but we cannot connect the GPS through this KK 2.1.5 flight controller. So we can say like it is very cheap. The pros of this flight controller is it is very cheap, we don't require any PC, and we don't require any programming language. And the cons of this flight controller is Like we cannot add any GPS module or sensors or telemetry to this flight controller. I am going to take this small drone, and using this drone we will understand some motion and some term of any flying machine. It may be helicopter, it may be aeroplane, it may be drone. So first we will discuss about the roll. What is roll? So if this drone or this quadcopter will rotate like this, so if it will rotate by this axis, this one is this is one axis, and if this drone or this quadcopter is rotate about this axis, then this motion is called a rolling or roll motion. This motion is called a roll motion, and this motion is also known as a aileron motion. So when we are going to set up our KK 2.1.5 flight controller, there we will see in PI tuning, we will see there is one option, that is aileron tuning. There we will give some P and I values. So we should understand what is actually roll or what is actually aileron motion. So this motion is a aileron motion. This motion is aileron motion. Next we are going to discuss about pitch motion, and pitch motion is also known as elevator motion. So if this copter is rotating about this axis, so if this is axis and this is rotating like this or this, see this one is axis. If this one is rotating like this or this, so this motion is called a pitch motion or elevator. If this quadcopter is rotating about this axis, so this is pitch motion or elevator motion. Next is motion is the yaw motion, and it is also known as rudder motion. If this drone or if this quadcopter is rotating like this, if this quadcopter is rotating about this axis, let's suppose we are talking about this axis. If this quadcopter will rotate about this axis, so it will rotate like this. So this motion is called a yaw motion or rudder motion. So this motion is yaw or rudder motion. We are going to discuss about movement of this drone. So as we know, like these four motors provide thrust to this drone, and these thrusts will take this drone into upside. So if the thrust force is greater than its weight or its mg force, then this drone will be going to upside in the up direction. If the thrust force is less than its weight, then this quadcopter will go into down direction. So for the motion in the backward and forward direction, if we want to move this drone in the forward direction, we need to generate the component of thrust in the forward direction. So this is done by the increasing of power of the rear motors and reducing the power of the front motors. If we reduce the power of these two front motors and we increase the power of these back or rear motors, then we will get one component of thrust in the upward direction. Then this drone will move in the upward direction. So if we want to move this drone in backward direction, then we reduce the power of these motors and increase the power of front motors. Then this drone will be going the backward direction. So if we now we are going to discuss about the motion of left and right direction. So to move this drone into left direction, we generate a component of thrust in the left direction. So this is done by increasing the power of the right motors and decreasing the power of the left motors. If we increase the power of right motors and decrease the power of left motor, we will get a component of thrust into left direction. So then this will move into left direction. So to move this drone into right direction, we increase the power of left motors and reduce the power of right motors. So now we want to discuss the yaw motion of this quadcopter. What is yaw motion? I already told. This motion is the yaw motion. So you can see like it can rotate or either clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. So for yaw movement, things get a bit tricky when we want to yaw drone in the clockwise direction. So this one is the clockwise direction. So for this we will increase the power of the anti-clockwise motor. So these are the anti-clockwise motors. If we will increase the power of this anti-clockwise motor, then this quadcopter will rotate into clockwise direction. If we will increase the power of clockwise direction motor and we will reduce the power of anti-clockwise rotating motor, then this will move into anti-clockwise direction. Now we are going to discuss the flight dynamics of quadcopter. So how this quadcopter will fly? So please listen this one. So let us suppose this is motor 1, this is motor 2, and this is motor 3, and this is motor 4. If we want to fly this drone or fly this quadcopter of X shape, then this should be in the clockwise direction. So this BLDC motor should move in clockwise direction. So if this is clockwise direction, then this motor should also move in clockwise direction. So this is motor 1, this is motor 2, this is motor 3, and this is motor 4. So motor 1 and motor 3 should rotate in clockwise direction, and motor 2 and motor 4 should rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So keep remember these points whenever you are going to design any quadcopters. So this motor and this motor should be rotating in the clockwise direction, and these two motors should rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Because of that, this motor provides thrust in down direction, then this drone or this quadcopter will go in the up direction. So keep remember these points. So now we are going to see connection of this KK 2.1.5 flight controller with this FSIA6P receiver, and these are the wires of electronic speed controller. So now we are going to understand like how to interconnect these electronic speed controller wire and this FlySky receiver to this KK 2.1.5 flight controller. First we need to understand the connection of this KK 2.1.5 flight controller. So these are the pins where we are going to connect the electronic speed controllers wire. So first we have to understand what is the function of these pins. So these are the pins which are at right hand side of this LCD screen. We will follow this mark, and this is right hand side of this mark. So here these pins are so first we should understand. So these pins are the ground, the rightmost pin. So or we can say these pins are the ground pins, and middle one pin is VCC pin. So these pins are VCC pins, these pins are the ground pins, and these pins are the signal pins. So this one is the signal, this one is VCC, and this one is ground. So in electronic speed controllers, like every wire is 3 color wire. So this color is yellow, this one is orange, and this one is a brown. So this yellow wire is signal wire, and this orange wire is VCC wire, and this brown wire is the ground wire. So we will connect the signal wire to this ECC with the signal pin of this KK 2.1.5 flight controller, and so we will connect signal to signal, VCC to VCC, and ground to ground. So we will connect like this. So this is so first pin, so this is first pin, so this is for the first motor, and this is second pin, this is for the second motor, this is third pin, this is for the third motor, this is fourth pin, this is for the fourth motor. So this motor is our first motor, this motor is second motor, and this motor is third motor, and this motor is fourth motor. So now we are going to connect. So here we connect like this. So first one is the this one is the signal wire, this one is the VCC wire, and the right one is the ground wire. So I connected here the first connection, first electronic speed controller. Now we will collect this second one. So this is also connected, second one. So now we will connect this third wire, this one is third motor, and this one is fourth motor. Now we will connect this fourth motor. So I connected this fourth motor also here. So now this motors connection and electronic speed controller connection has been completed. So now we will see connection of this receiver. So this is channel 1 of receiver, this is channel 2, this is channel 4, this is channel 5, this is channel 6, this is VCC. So actually this channel 1 is for the aileron motion, and channel 2 is for the elevator, channel 3 is for the throttle, channel 4 is for the rudder, and channel 5 is auxiliary channel. We can connect or we can leave it. And this B/VCC, here we use this pin for the binding, to bind this transmitter, sorry, this receiver to FlySky transmitter. If we want to bind this transmitter with this receiver, then we will use this BVCC pin, otherwise we will not use this pin. So now we will see the pins of this FlySky receiver. So this first row, so first column, so this is the signal column, and this is the VCC column, and this is the ground column. So this is the signal pins, this is the VCC pins, and these are the ground pins. So first we will see again, these are the signal pins, these are the VCC pins, and these are the ground pins. So in this flight controller also, these pins are the signal pins, these are the VCC pins, and the leftmost pins, these are the leftmost pins. These are the leftmost pins. So these pins are the ground pins. So here we connect signal to signal, ground to ground, and VCC to VCC. So now we connected these 3 wires. So these 3 wires we connected to channel 1. So first one, orange, is the signal wire, and middle one is VCC wire. So yellow wire is VCC wire sorry, and this green wire is the ground wire. So this one is signal, VCC, and ground. So in this flight controller also we will connect this signal wire here, because this pin is signal pin. So we will connect the signal wire here, and VCC wire here, and ground wire here. So this connection has been completed. Then we take this female to female wire and we will connect this channel to this second pin. So after channel 1 we don't need to connect VCC and ground again. We will connect VCC and ground in for channel 1 only. So keep this point, remember, like we will connect VCC and ground for channel 1 only. For other channel we don't require VCC and ground connection. We will directly connect the signal connection. So now we will take this. So this is channel 3. So we will connect channel 3 here. So this got connected. So this one is for channel 4. This one is a channel 4. For channel 4 we will connect channel 4 pin here. So we don't require channel 5 because we are not using auxiliary channel, but just for connection I am connecting. You may ignore this channel 5 connection. So this is not required. If we will connect this one, this will not affect our task. So now receiver connection has been completed. So we can put receiver here. So now the receiver connection also completed. Next connection is how to connect this electronic speed controller with this 100 kV BLDC motor. So you can see this motor has 3 wire, and this electronic speed controller is also have 3 wire. So we will connect this wire to this wire, middle to middle. We will connect middle wire with middle wire and this wire to this wire. So now this connection has been completed. So one thing I want to say, like if you want your BLDC motor to rotate into clockwise direction, but it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then change this outer wire. So if it is rotating into clockwise direction and we want to change direction of this BLDC motor and we want to rotate into anti-clockwise direction, then we will interchange this connection. So if we will change this connection, then this will rotate into anti-clockwise direction. So now it is clockwise. Now it's clockwise, but whenever we change this connection, so now this clockwise BLDC motor, so now the rotation of this BLDC motor has been changed from clockwise to anti-clockwise. So for changing the direction of motion or direction of rotation of BLDC motor, just change the connection into end wire. Don't touch this middle wire. We have to change these 2 wires only. So by this we can control the rotation of or the direction of rotation of this BLDC motor. So now we will see like how to set up this KK 2.1.5 float controller. So for this, first as we connected this battery with our all electronic speed controllers, we will put battery and power on, then we are getting this safe level is off and this type of display in this KK 2.1.5 flat controller. So maybe when you are going to use this KK 2.1.5 flat controller and whenever you turn on this controller, then maybe you got some error. So I am going to tell you all the procedure from basic level. So just follow these steps. So first we go to this menu. So this one is button S1, S2, S3, S4. Then we will press this button. So you can see when we press menu button one time, then we are getting these options. Then first we will go option load motor layout. So this one is wait a minute, load motor layout. So enter this setting. So we are going to use quadcopter. Then we will select quadcopter option, and we are not going to use plus mode, we are going to use X mode. So we will select this option. So are you sure? Yes. Then here we will see the direction of motor. So first motor is in clockwise, second is in anti-clockwise, third is in clockwise, and fourth one is anti-clockwise. So this configuration is correct. Then we will press next, then next, then next, then next. So this option is all set. Then we will press back button. So now the configure has been updated. So next we will use the ACC calibration. Now we are going to do ACC calibration. So we will select this ACC calibration, and please do ACC calibration in plane surface, because it is used for calibration for the gyro sensor and the acceleration sensor. So select this ACC calibration and then press continue. Then it is start calibrating. So it is auto calibration. Then we have to press continue, then calibration succeed, continue. So now our ACC calibration has been completed. So if you are not getting a safe option here, so now after doing these two setup, you definitely get safe notification here. So as I told you earlier, there are three type of motion in any quadcopter. First one is aileron, then second one is the elevator, and third one is the rudder. And roll is also named as aileron, and pitch is also called an elevator, and next one is the yaw or rudder. So here we will change this value. So we can change this value. So we will set this up to so actually you can set this value according to your flight. So you have to calibrate P and I value. So I am using this 75. So it's done. Then next, so for P limit I am going to use 50 change. So this one is 50. So it's done. So next one is the eye gain, and I'm going to set eye gain at 40. So I will tell you later like what is the effect of P gain and eye gain in the flight of this quadcopter. So we will see it later. So we will set it to 40. It's done. And sticks eye limit we will set at 20. So we will next. So now we will change this aileron. Now we will go to elevator. So in elevator you can also the same setting we will use, and in rudder we will use same setting. I limit I will reduce to 10. So this one is so we will save this setting. We will press back. Next we will go on the miscellaneous setting. So here we will set the alarm 1/10 voltage. So here we will next, so this value we will select to 105. So we will select this value to 105. Done. Or this is 105, then we will press back. So maybe you have some confusion like why we used 105 value here. So the logic is this battery. So like we use the LiPo battery, okay. So LiPo battery of 11.1 volts. So actually we have 3 cells in LiPo battery. So each cell is 3.60 volt. So each so we can say 11.1 volts use a value 3.60 volt per cell to denote an empty. So it is better than set the value. So here we will use one formula, like we will multiply the single battery voltage into number of batteries. So we have total number of 3 batteries and into 10. So when we will multiply 3.6 volt into 3 into 10, then we will get 108. So 108 or we can say when we supply voltage drop to 10.8 volt, then this alarm will be sound. So this is basically for the set up the alarm. So now we are going to see this receiver's test. So here we will enter this option. So we have to make all this value, aileron, elevator, throttle, rudder and auxiliary should be 0. So how to make this value 0? So we are using trims. So we are using trim button in our this FlySky transmitter. So you can see these are the trim buttons of this FlySky transmitter. So these 1, 2, 3 and 4, and these are these 2 knobs. So using these four trim buttons and 2 knobs, we will control that receiver test and we will make all these values 0 there. So now we will see using trimmers we are going to make this all values 0. So now this becomes 0. Now this rudder value is 0, and now we will make this value is auxiliary value also 0. So this one is our receiver test. So here I made this all values 0. So now we will press back. So next is most important step. So now we are going to tell how to calibrate all electronics speed controller. So for this you just plug in battery, plug out battery. So I remove battery. Now you can see there is no power here. Now first you press these 2 buttons. So first button and fourth button you should press, then you should plug battery. So now you should plug battery. So now your ACC calibration has been done. So to arm, so next step is arm. So for arming, turn your throttle into left direction. So you can, this is armed. Armed means this is ready to fly. If we move throttle in up direction, then all the motors start moving. you can see all the motor start moving. So wait, I'm showing you. So you can see here. So as we move our throttle, so this is our throttle. So whenever we move throttle in hard direction, then these four motors start moving. So now our drone is ready to fly. So but keep remember, when you are not using this drone, so please do unarmed. So for doing unarmed, keep your throttle into right direction, sorry. So listen again. When we keep throttle into left direction, then our drone is armed. Armed means it is ready to fly. Whenever we will change the direction of throttle into up direction, then it will fly. And to unarmed this controller, so you should shift your throttle into right direction. So now you can say this one become unarmed. So now this drone is ready to fly. So this is the complete tutorial of this KK 2.1.5 flight controller.